Now at 6, we're learning more about the man who was found dead in the Mount Hood National Forest last week. Coming up, what his family thinks happened to him. Plus,
the deadline is looming. The Greater Albany Public School District and its teachers union must reach an agreement on a new contract. Teachers could hit the picket line tomorrow. What the union is asking for. Plus,
2 minutes in 3, 2, 1, go!
Yeah, get out of my way. I was pretty determined to get as many toys as possible to the register, but it was all for the good and fun for the kids. Find out who grabbed the most toys in our annual KGW Toy Dash in just 15 minutes. Your KGW News at Sunrise starts right now. Good morning, and thank you for joining us on your Monday here. I'm China Green. We're going to go right over to Rod Hill for a look at your very wet and rainy forecast.
Looked like you were hustling there, by the way, China, getting those toys in the cart. Well, check this out. We now have some lightning, a little cluster of strikes that's been popping just south of Newport, so far offshore. But it is a reminder that we have at least a chance of some rumbles of thunder in our forecast today. Now, what was steady rain overnight is just now starting to push east of 205. Here's a closer look at the radar. So we do have some drying in McMinnville and much of Washington County, but you see there are showers. And again, this will turn into a numerous shower day, heavy times, possible rumbles of thunder. We're at 54 degrees. The wind direction will continue to be southwest. Breezy, 10-20 miles per hour, and those winds will hold steady temperatures for us. I have us 56 at noon and 55 at 5 o'clock. Here's Chris.
Rod, not sure if this was weather related, but Washington County roads reporting a couple of closures on the west side, of course, in Washington County. Glencoe Road closed between Beach and Wren Road, and Zion Church Road closed between Glencoe and Gordon Road. This because of an earlier crash, and PGE also reporting some power outages in the area. Meanwhile, on the west side freeways, it's wet. There's a look at Highway 26. I mean, the vapor trails just streaming off the cars here tell the story. We've got lots of water on the roads this morning through Wilsonville. I-5 still rolling along okay, though. Interstate 84 looks okay as well. China, despite the water on the roads so far, the freeway drive is in pretty good shape.
Thanks, Chris.
We know that they don't have our interest or the interest of our students in mind.
Teachers in the Greater Albany School District could hit the picket line as soon as tomorrow morning if the union and district do not reach a deal during mediation today. We're talking 600 teachers here. Ashley Grahams joins us in the studio with more on this. And Ashley, this hasn't happened in decades.
China, good morning. If teachers walk off the job tomorrow, this will be the first strike by Albany teachers since the late 1980s. Teachers and their supporters rallied outside the district building over the weekend. The union saying they haven't seen meaningful movement from the district when it comes to teacher wages, school safety, and student resources.
Our bargaining team is inside in mediation. We're trying to avoid a strike on Tuesday, and we are working on trying to reach an agreement.
The district says it's been actively negotiating in good faith with teachers and community resources in mind. Another mediation session is scheduled today, and the district says that session will last as long as needed, even overnight, to try to reach an agreement with the union and avoid closing schools. China.
Thank you, Ashley. New this morning, Lincoln City Police are investigating a deadly shooting involving a Lincoln County Sheriff deputy. Around 7:40 last night, deputies responded to a call about a man firing a rifle from a home on Rolfe Court in Waldport. They say the person walked out of the home with a gun and was ultimately shot by a deputy. The person was taken to the hospital but died. A gun was recovered from the scene. Of course, we'll keep you updated as we learn more on this story. Search teams found the body of 33-year-old missing hiker James McDonald in the Mount Hood National Forest. McDonald, who was a radiologist at OHSU, had been reported missing since Wednesday and was found on Friday. According to McDonald's in-laws, he was only supposed to be on hike for a few hours last Wednesday and back home in Ridgefield, Washington by 5:30. When he didn't come home that night, his family called police. While Clackamas County sheriffs could not confirm the cause of death, his family is under the impression that he got lost.
What we have heard is that he was lost and became lost and only had his hoodie. He was not prepared for overnight in the cold temperatures, etc.
McDonald leaves behind a wife and 4 young children. His family is now looking for donations to help. If you are interested in donating, you can find the link to the family's GoFundMe on our website at kgw.com. In New York, friends are remembering a Portland nurse killed while on vacation overseas. A candlelight vigil was held over the weekend for Kenzie Michalski in her hometown of Fredonia, New York. After a frantic search, police in Budapest arrested an Irish man in her murder. Following the news, community members collected donations and put together this vigil to show Kenzie's family that they are not alone.
Even though they don't live here anymore, the love for them is still here.
And that's what this is all about. You know, in a small community, we look out for one another, we love one another, and we grieve with one another when it's necessary.
Kenzie was a nurse at Providence St. Vincent Medical Center in Southwest Portland. In a statement, the hospital said that she was a great friend and caregiver. The Vancouver Police Department has identified the suspect behind a road rage incident that was caught on camera. Police say the man was reportedly driving recklessly and also cut off the victim's car several times before trying to open the victim's door at a red light. When he couldn't do that, he spit on the car and then jumped on the hood. The victim wasn't hurt. Leaf Day service kicked off this weekend in Portland. So from now until the end of December, crews with the Portland Bureau of Transportation will be clearing leaves along Portland's major streets. A PBOT spokesperson told KGW that if you live on a busier street that has leaf service, mark the date and pay attention to the signs. Parking on the street during your neighborhood leaf could get your car towed.
We provide notice in advance. We've sent flyers in the mail, more than 30,000 flyers to addresses throughout leaf districts.
PBOT says Leaf Day service helps prevent clogged street drains and slick surfaces when it rains. Crews encourage people in leaf districts to help pile leaves into the street for PBOT to pick up. Hey, today is Veterans Day, and there are multiple events happening in our area to honor those who have served. Starting in Southwest Washington, Fort Vancouver is hosting a Veterans Day parade today. It starts at 11 a.m. on Evergreen Boulevard near Officers Row. It wraps up around the National Park and passes by the Pearson Air Museum. Tons of fun there. And in Albany, one of the area's largest Veterans Day parade is happening today at 11 a.m. The parade starts on Pacific Boulevard and goes through downtown Albany towards the Lynn County Courthouse. A nice way to honor our veterans there. And in Oregon's capital, Salem will host their own Veterans Day parade. It takes place on Court Street directly across from the state capitol building. That also starts at 11 a.m. And lastly, here in Portland, there will be a Veterans Day parade at 10 a.m. This one starts at Northeast MLK Boulevard and Beach Street, continues north to Northeast Emerson Street, where it ends with a ceremony and vendor fair. Also this morning, Rod Hill visits Fort Vancouver to learn about the history and see inside the old barracks on this Veterans Day coming up at 6:45.
That's the Marshall House we just looked at. There's the General. Yeah, that story coming up. Excited to share the history of this, one of the oldest Army bases in our country. We kind of forget that. It's right in our backyard, no longer active, but preserved for us. Okay, for the parades. So the steady rain is now ending. This includes Albany, Portland, Salem, Vancouver. But there will be scattered showers on the radar any given time across our area, and some of that rain could be heavy at times. So please step outside if you're going to spend any time outdoors at all with your rain gear, and be prepared that you could get caught in some pretty good downpours. We have another weather system back here. This one comes in tomorrow night into the day Wednesday. We're now getting on the back side of the front that brought the steady rain that we had last night. Turned out to be more rain total amounts from Portland northward and less to the south. And then right now you can see the rain starting to exit the I-5 corridor, but again, showers will continue to move in. Our live camera from Newport, if you look, you can see the raindrops flying down there in Uquinna Bay. It's 48 degrees. South winds gusting to 21 miles per hour. This is kind of a noticeable breezy day. South-southwest winds at times 10, 15, 20 miles per hour. Just noticeable, if you will. We still have rain showers in the area, although currently PDX is dry for the moment. And there's that south-southwest wind out along the Columbia sustained at 14. We have 51 in Scappoose. With the clouds and the rain showers coming and a south breeze, temperatures will be holding 50 to about 56 throughout the day. It's 49 in Sandy. And you folks may hang out right about 50 throughout the day for your high. It's 52 in Salem, where you should be up into the mid-50s. Buddy's our KGW Dog of the Day. Use that hashtag, post on your social media channels. We will find your photo, and your dog will become our Dog of the Day. So everybody has rain showers in the forecast. We get steady rain again tomorrow night into Wednesday. Could have 40-mile-per-hour wind gusts in the valley tomorrow night and 50 to 60 at the coast Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. So really active. Thursday, we calm it down somewhat, but still sun and scattered showers in the forecast through Friday. And that is your 7-day update.